Before we begin today, I want to share a resource for families who know education needs to change, but also know it doesn't have to swing to extremes. SOAR Schools is an accredited and online private middle and high school with live classes, social connection, and real-world learning. Ideal for families from a variety of schooling backgrounds, including homeschoolers. The program is designed for families who want flexibility without sacrificing depth, structure without control, and learning that's built around curiosity, not compliance. If you're taking education back but still want an accredited academic partner that respects your child as an individual, Sora is worth exploring. You can learn more at soraschools.com/homeschool. This is the Monday Reset with Mandy Davis. I'm Mandy, a former school principal turned homeschool mom who saw the system from the inside and decided my kids deserved something better. Every Monday, we take 10 minutes to cut through the noise, the fear, the politics, the pressure, and talk about what's really shaping our kids. Because education isn't neutral, and neither is our culture. Here, you'll get truth without hysteria, conviction without chaos, and perspective that actually helps you parent with peace. Take a breath, grab your coffee, and let's reset together. Welcome to Episode 1, Why We're Taking Education Back. For years, I was a part of the school system. I led schools full of dedicated teachers and well-meaning parents. But no matter how hard everyone worked, something felt off. We had kids who could pass tests, but couldn't think deeply. Kids who could memorize facts, but didn't love learning. Our meetings were full of buzzwords: rigor, accountability, attendance, funding. But behind every new initiative was the same truth. The system wasn't built for the children or their individual growth. It was built for control. It measures seat time, not spark. It rewards quiet compliance more than critical thought. And it keeps parents just far enough away to prevent real partnership. Historically, that distance was intentional. Our modern school model was born in the Industrial Revolution, a time that needed predictable workers and not free thinkers. Kids were grouped by age, trained by bell schedules, graded by sameness. It worked for factories, but it doesn't work for families. Over a century later, we're still following a blueprint written for obedience, not originality. And while our world evolved, our classrooms stayed frozen in time. I want to fast forward to 2020, when the curtain finally fell. The classroom moved into the living room, and parents saw it. The endless busy work, the muted microphones, the spark fading from their kids' eyes. Now, we put a spin on this to believe that this was simply kids needing to be in school. But what you saw wasn't a learning gap. It was full exposure to a system already cracking. And when students returned, the data made it undeniable. The kids didn't bounce back. They struggled, and many are still trying to recover today. Now, I need to say this as clearly as possible. What you saw during the pandemic also wasn't homeschooling. What so many parents will highlight as their child's worst year of school, that was the system. Unfiltered, exhausted, and for the first time for so many, in full visibility for parents. The burnout, the frustration, the tears at the kitchen table. That wasn't because you failed as a teacher. It was because you were never meant to replicate a broken design in your home. And often, these tears, they're happening in classrooms today. The misery so many parents felt during the lockdown wasn't the weight of education. It was the weight of bureaucracy. And now following, we live in a divided nation, politically, culturally, spiritually. But here's what's fascinating. Homeschoolers exist on every side of that divide. Because at its core, this movement isn't about politics. It's about proximity. It's about putting family before the framework. We don't all agree on every issue, but we agree that our children's hearts are not for sale to systems, screens, or any agenda. We're not raising partisans. We're raising whole people, and that starts at home. I have 1,000 reasons why we homeschool: family time, flexibility, faith, freedom. But today, I wanted to stay with one: education itself. Somewhere along the line, we stopped defining education as the pursuit of wisdom and started treating it like a checklist of standards. Real education is ownership. It's curiosity turned into competence. It's depth over data. When I think about what we're taking back, it's not just control of the schedule. It's the soul of learning. So if you've ever said, "I could never homeschool," I want you to hear this. You already are your child's first and most important teacher. Homeschooling isn't about recreating school, but reclaiming connection. It's about replacing performance with purpose and remembering that the goal isn't to raise perfect students. It is to raise grounded and capable human beings. You can do this, and you don't have to do it alone. Because we're not just running from something broken, we're building something better. This is why we're taking education back. Not because we've lost faith in teachers, but because we've rediscovered our faith in our family. Because peace doesn't come from perfect systems, it comes from knowing who you're called to lead. Take a breath, reset your headspace, and remember, the future doesn't belong to the loudest voices. It belongs to the ones willing to lead their homes. Thanks for joining me for the Monday Reset. If today helped you breathe a little deeper or see things a little clearer, share it with a friend who needs that same moment of clarity. We're not here to chase every headline. We're here to think critically, lead calmly, and protect what matters most. I'm Mandy Davis, and this was your Monday Reset.